Imagine transforming a bare, small garden space into a lush, fruit-bearing wall. Welcome to the magic of Espalier, a centuries-old gardening technique that merges art with nature. With roots in the Roman era, Espalier allows us to sculpt fruit trees into living masterpieces, offering not only space efficiency, but also an undeniable aesthetic appeal. It's like painting with nature, only your canvas is your garden and your brush is the tree itself. Intrigued yet? Stick around as we delve deeper into the art of Espalier. The first step in this transformative journey is selecting the perfect fruit tree. The art of Espalier is not exclusive to any particular type of fruit tree, but some species are simply more suited to the technique than others. Apples and pears are classic choices, but you might also consider plums or peaches. Each tree type brings not only its unique fruit, but also its distinct leaf shape and growth habit, contributing to the overall aesthetic of your Espalier. Now the rootstock of your tree is equally crucial. This is the part of the tree below the graft, and it determines the tree's size and vigor. Dwarf or semi-dwarf rootstocks are generally recommended for Espalier, given their manageable size and the relative ease of training them. The age of the tree is another important factor. Young, 1 to 2-year-old trees are usually the best candidates, as their branches are still flexible, making them easier to train into the desired pattern. However, there's nothing to stop you from trying your hand at espaliering an older tree if you're up for a challenge. Of course, disease resistance is a must when choosing your tree. Espaliering requires a certain level of pruning and handling, which could potentially expose your tree to disease. Opting for a variety with known resistance to common pests and diseases in your area will give your Espalier project the best shot at success. Finally, keep in mind the adaptability of your chosen tree to your local climate. Not every fruit tree will thrive in every climate, so it's worth doing a little research to ensure your chosen variety is well suited to your region's conditions. Remember, the tree you choose is more than just a plant. It's a canvas for your living work of art. So take your time, choose wisely, and when you find that perfect tree, you'll know it. With the right tree selected, it's time to shape our living sculpture. Training your tree is like guiding a child. It requires patience and understanding. When we embark on the journey of Espalier, we are essentially agreeing to a dance with nature. Our role in this dance is to gently guide and shape the tree, helping it to grow in a way that maximizes its potential and enhances its beauty. Let's start with the initial tying to the trellis. This is our first step in the dance, and it sets the tone for our relationship with the tree. Just like you'd hold your dance partner's hand, you're going to gently tie the tree's branches to the trellis. It's important to remember that this is a delicate process. We want to encourage the tree to grow in a certain direction, not force it. Use soft ties like cloth or rubber to avoid damaging the tender bark. Now, as the tree starts to grow, it's going to want to move in its own direction. This is where the dance really begins. You'll need to keep an eye on your tree, watching for new growth and adjusting the ties as necessary. It's a bit like watching a child take their first steps. There will be stumbles and missteps, but with gentle guidance, they'll find their way. As the tree continues to grow, you'll need to adjust the ties and even add more as necessary. Remember, we're not trying to control the tree but guide it. It's a delicate balance. Too much pressure can harm the tree, but too little can result in a tree that grows wild and unruly. Now let's talk about patterns. There are several different Espalier patterns you can choose from, each with its own unique aesthetic. The most common are the horizontal cordon, where branches are trained to grow horizontally, and the fan, where branches are trained to spread out in a fan shape. There's also the Belgian fence, a lattice-like pattern that creates a stunning living fence, and the candelabra, a dramatic pattern that resembles a candelabra. The choice of pattern will depend on your space, the type of tree, and your personal preference. But no matter what pattern you choose, the process remains the same. You'll need to patiently guide the tree, adjusting the ties and pruning as necessary, to help it grow in the desired pattern. It's a labor of love, but the rewards are well worth it. So, whether you're training a pear tree to grow in a fan shape on your balcony, or guiding an apple tree into a Belgian fence in your small backyard, remember to dance with your tree. Be patient, be gentle, and be consistent. And just like guiding a child, remember, there will be challenges. There will be times when your tree seems to have a mind of its own, growing in directions you didn't anticipate. But with patience and understanding, you can guide it back on track. Remember, consistency is key in shaping your tree. It's a journey, not a destination. And as you dance with your tree, guiding it gently and patiently, you'll find that the journey is just as rewarding as the destination. Like any masterpiece, your espalier requires maintenance to keep it in top shape. Now let's delve into the specifics of maintaining your espalier. While the art of espalier may seem demanding, it's really about understanding your tree's needs and responding accordingly. Like any other plant, your espalier needs watering, fertilizing, pest control, and seasonal care. Watering is crucial, especially during the initial years. In the first year, water your tree thoroughly once a week, unless it rains. From the second year onwards, a deep watering every 2 weeks should suffice. But remember, these are just guidelines. The amount of water your tree needs depends on the weather, the soil, and the tree itself. So keep an eye on your tree and adjust as necessary. Next, let's talk about fertilizing. Fruit trees are heavy feeders. They need a balanced fertilizer with equal parts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Apply it in early spring just before the new growth starts. However, avoid over-fertilizing as it can lead to excessive growth at the expense of fruit production. Pest control is another critical aspect of maintaining your espalier. Regularly inspect your tree for any signs of pests or diseases. If you spot anything suspicious, nip it in the bud. There are numerous organic and chemical solutions available, so choose one that aligns with your gardening philosophy. Seasonal care is the final piece of the maintenance puzzle. As the seasons change, so do your tree's needs. In spring, focus on fertilizing and training new growth. Summer is the time for watering and pest control. In fall, prepare your tree for winter by clearing away fallen leaves and debris. And in winter, protect your tree from frost and carry out any necessary pruning. Speaking of pruning, it's not just a seasonal task. It's a crucial part of maintaining the shape of your espalier and boosting fruit production. Regularly prune your tree to maintain the desired form. Remove any growth that doesn't conform to the espalier pattern. And remember, less is more. It's better to make several small cuts than one big one. In conclusion, maintaining your espalier is a balance between providing care and respecting the tree's natural tendencies. It's about being responsive rather than reactive. It's about nurturing your tree so it can give you the best it has to offer. With proper care, your espalier will not only survive but thrive. After all your hard work, it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, literally. Just imagine stepping outside your door to the sight of a vibrant green wall, alive with the hustle and bustle of nature. You reach out, fingers brushing against the smooth skin of a ripe apple or the delicate fuzz of a peach. There's no supermarket in the world that can compete with this freshness, this sense of achievement. The once bare wall that was a blank canvas is now a living piece of art, a testament to your patience and care. It's a lush, fruit-bearing spectacle, a testament to the art of espalier. The joy of reaping your own harvest, of biting into a fruit you've grown and nurtured, is incomparable. It's a celebration of life, of growth, and of the wonderful things that can happen when we work in harmony with nature. Your small space has now turned into a bountiful garden. You've seen what's possible, now it's your turn to create your own espalier masterpiece. Imagine transforming your small balcony, urban garden, or backyard into a lush, fruit-bearing oasis. Yes, even in the most limited spaces, the art of espalier allows you to cultivate not just fruit trees but your own slice of paradise. Experience the joy of nurturing a tree from its infancy, training it into a stunning work of living art, and reaping the sweet rewards of your labor. It's an adventure, a journey of discovery, and a testament to your green thumb. We invite you to embark on this exciting journey. Share your progress, your triumphs, and even your challenges. Let's build a community, a movement, centered around this beautiful, space-efficient, and fruitful gardening technique. Post your experiences in the comments or on social media. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gardening tips. Happy gardening!